The hysteria over coronavirus is causing concern for businesses, and a lot of businesses are suffering across the country, especially Asian-owned businesses.
Here to talk about the financial and personal impact of businesses in San Diego is the president and CEO of San Diego Taxpayers Association, Haney Hong. Mr. Hong, thank you very much for stopping by.
Good morning.
In a span of about 72 hours, we saw a lot of income either get canceled or PPD'd. Is there going to be enough time left in the calendar year to recoup all that we're losing?
I think what we've heard and when you discuss with the mayor earlier in the show is that we're going to have an economic impact, and that economic impact is going to hit all of us, whether they be businesses, and it's also going to impact governments and how much money goes into our how many tax dollars go actually into the public kitty. So there's going to be an impact, and we'll see how things go. But I think what's most important though is we all stay together, try to make sure that we all stay healthy through this crisis.
I mean, really, in trying to get ahead of something, the more we come together and do what we're supposed to be doing, hopefully that puts a stop to this sooner rather than later. And that's kind of where I asked the mayor, and I'll ask you about how capable we are as a city, as a county, to weather a storm like this. Are we in good shape?
I think it's really important that all of us, and it's those who run organizations like myself or business owners, follow the guidance that are the recommendations of our public health authorities, right? I think they're the experts, so if they suggest that we shouldn't have gatherings of 250 people, let's not do it. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't stop. We should continue our local activity, right? So for folks who, I would say, have the chance to now be at home, work on a project, get some stuff going, go shop local, go order on, order some stuff online, try to minimize the damage to the economy by continuing their normal economic activity that they have to do.
I assume that you spend a lot of time trying to calculate what the exact damage is. Is there a figure that you're comfortable talking about yet?
You know, it's hard to say what the exact damage is going to be to the economy, and then, of course, what we care about at the Taxpayers Association, the public treasury. What's most important, however, is that people don't overreact. I think that we all need to stick together, try to shop locally, try to do those things that keep that activity rolling. This virus doesn't know race, politics, or anything. I think what we have to make sure that we do is stick together, try to do our best to continue our day-to-day activity, and just be smart and follow the advice of our local leaders.
You mentioned race, and certainly wanted to bring that up in the notes, talking about an estimated 25 to 50% drop in commerce for Asian-owned businesses. And this is something that's, you talk about how this is having an impact on all different sorts of things. This is having a larger impact for our Asian-owned businesses, which is really a shame.
It really is a shame. And like I said, this virus doesn't know race or politics or anything. And so for those folks who are being smart and polite, if you're not ill, and as I'm suggesting, go out and go eat, right, for instance, and just be smart about that. The mayor said hygiene, 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 right? Go to that restaurant on Convoy, get that great food. Just wash your hands and make sure that you're being smart about going out and about.
Absolutely.
This may not be exactly in your wheelhouse, but going forward, these shortfalls are going to have to be made up for. Is there going to be a coronavirus tax in our future? Are we going to have to put a little something extra in the kitty to help make ends meet?
You know, that's a really interesting question, Paul. I think one of the lessons of this coronavirus is that emergencies like this have a huge economic impact, which then have a huge impact on what public resources are available, taxpayer dollars, to weather emergencies. And so we have to be very smart. This is why the Taxpayers Association is here. What do we do to tax ourselves? And sometimes there's a lot of tax proposals that are coming down the pike in November, and if we tax ourselves in certain ways and lock dollars into certain things, that reduces our ability potentially to weather these kinds of emergencies.
Are you hearing from local businesses? What are you advising to them? What are their major concerns here?
I think that we all have to, again, continue to follow the advice of our public health authorities and our public leaders. But this is, again, I think about this lessons our parents taught us. Just be polite, wash your hands, be smart when you're going out and about and talking with folks. Do the elbow bump. We should all try to continue our day-to-day economic activity, because that also does help put more tax dollars into the kitty so that then we have response money to pay for the public health response. But again, we have to be vigilant. I think the key thing, and I do want to say one more time to go back to what your question was, Paul, about ultimately, when we think about what the public does in response, right, we want our public health authorities to have the resources to respond to emergencies like this. And then in the future, in November, for instance, if we lock ourselves into certain taxes, that could be very difficult in the future.
Haney, thanks for your time.
Haney, always good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.